Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in my Push to the Top 1000 series. And today I'm sitting at around 5,300 trophies. I've taken all of my defenses today. Um, I've gone minus 280, which is an alright defense day. Um, but hopefully today I can go maybe like plus 30, plus 40. That's just if I go really good today and with only like one or two fails at most. So I'm just going to hop right into the attacks. Okay. So the first thing I notice is this is a hook tower, and I think I can get great value with a king dive on this, taking out both the town hall and then a bunch of the defenses surrounding it. So I think I'm going to send that in. Perfect. And spiky ball goes into the core. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, sometimes when you do a king dive, it can be a little risky, and the spiky ball might go to the outside of the base. So that's one of the main risks with doing a king dive. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick her up right away. Yeah, I got great value from that, and now a funnel being set in on this side of the base should easily take it out. Send in some cleanup, just try and get down these garbage buildings as quickly as possible. Alright, I'm going to have to hold on to that RC for a little while because she is so low, so I have to wait to time it right with the warden ability. I'm going to go ahead and send in that wall breaker. Perfect. Queen's going to move in now. I'm going to send in the RC. Rage up that. And then activate warden ability. I'm going to overgrowth that just so I can take down that fire spitter right away. Now use some extra cleanup on the back end. And this base, it looks very done. I think I'm going to be able to swag the free spell and the rage spell. Go ahead and send that in, send that in. Yeah. Really good attack to start off the day. Hopefully I can see a lot of bases that vary in style, because I don't really want to do the same attack, like a king dive every single attack, but that is the most powerful way to counter hook towers. So when I see a hook tower, that's definitely going to be the first thing I would look for. Yeah, very good attack. Alright, on to the next one now. Okay, so I see that this is a double poison tower base right away, and then I also see that the fire spitters are in a bit of a strange like arrangement. So I think going in from this bottom left corner is definitely going to be the best value. I think I'm going to be able to avoid both fire spitters that way. So RC here, and I'm going to be going for that poison tower, because if that is activated on the back end while we're facing a lot of damage, that's going to really slow us down and make it a possible fail. So I just want to try and get that down right away. I may have to use a invisibility spell just to funnel, but I'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think I will right here. Perfect. Yep, and that goes in now. And now I go for that. Alright. Perfect, I got the monolith. Alright. Great value on that. Alright. Now sending Root Riders on the opposite side. Looks like Queen's about to go down. I think that's fine though. Don't really need too much value from the Queen. As long as the clan castle troops on that side of the base go down, I should be fine. Yep, perfect. Alright. I'm gonna have to use Warden ability soon, as we enter into this high damage area. I'm gonna overgrowth the back end, just to make it much easier. Alright, now is a good time as all these air bombs are going to my healers. Use some extra cleanup on the back end, just to get through there much quicker. And I think King ability now, yep, that's perfect. Sucks that the spiky ball went to the outside, but we're definitely gonna have enough power to push through the rest of this base easily. Send in the rest of the cleanup and then activate RC ability, and then yeah, this walks through the base very easily. Alright. So far the attacks are going pretty well. Hopefully we can keep that going up to the next few. But it is nice that we're seeing different styles of bases, because it does make the attacks more interesting rather than just sending in the most onto the most meta bases. But onto the next one now. All right, so I do notice that this is a hook tower. It isn't possible to do a king dive on this base, so I think I'm gonna just have to go for this fire spitter and poison tower, and then I can set an easy funnel onto this side of the base. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, these defenses should set up an easy pathing for that. Perfect. All right, looks like RC's gonna get taken on a little bit of a walk, but it's all right. All right, that's perfect pathing. I should easily get funneled into both of those defenses. I could even take out the hook tower, depending on how much value I can get. I'm gonna guess that Spear Fox is gonna go down. I'm just gonna use an extra one there. Oh, I get the tornado trap too. That's insane value. Perfect. Get a bunch of value there. Go ahead and use Baby Dragon. Alright. Yeah, Clan Castle troops are coming to the outside of the base, so I'm going to be able to get those taken care of right away. Alright, that funnel needs a little bit more work. I hope that the Root Riders start to make their way onto the outside of the base, or inside of the base, I mean. Alright, looks like King's going to the outside. That's not good. I'm going to put in the rest of my cleanup troops. I need him to start moving in the base. Perfect. Use Warden ability as everything's starting to hit. I'm going to just go ahead and activate Overgrowth on that back end. Oh my god, I never sent my Valks. Alright, that's like a rookie mistake. Yeah, but I mean, this base was going to be crushed either way. But I mean, that's a very dumb mistake to be making. Go ahead and activate Warden ability. Perfect. Set an easy pathing to where the Overgrowth just deactivated. I'm going to use the Rage on this compartment. That's going to activate or buff the healers once they start to make their way in. I hit the other high damage defenses. Perfect. I didn't really need to use that, but just to make sure that I 3-star this. Yeah. Great attack again. That was very easy. But I do love to see the variety in bases that we're getting so far. But on to the next attacks. Okay, so this is a pretty standard base. It's an invisibility and a rage spell. I think I can definitely get great value with an RC by sending her to one of the top corners. And yeah, that should be very easy to take down. Alright, start right here. RC's taking a little damage, but yeah, it's alright. Alright, funneling perfectly in here. Perfect. Alright, I think I'm going to pick up my RC after she takes out the scatter. Alright, she wasn't able to. Didn't want to risk losing the Spear Fox either. Great value on that. Right. Perfect. Everything sent in. Uses one barb there. I'm going to wait a little to send in that RC, but I'm going to make sure to send in those Valks this time. All right, send an RC now. Do that. Activate King ability, great value on him. Activate Warden ability, everything's getting really low. I'm going to go ahead and use an invisibility free spell on that. Go ahead and use the Overgrowth. Perfect. Really, that was a really good avoidance of the invisibility spell in the Town Hall. I think I'm going to do a little RC dive with her ability. Great. Yeah, that's great value. Alright. Use some extra cleanup on this back end. Yeah, King looks like he's about to go down. But I think he might be able to tank for Monolith. Nah, I think he's going to go down before the rest of the army can get there. Alright, just go ahead and use a rage spell, and yeah, this base is gone. That was a really easy attack. And this is probably going to be one of the most common bases you guys are going to see. So it's definitely beneficial to know exactly how to always counter this base to get a 3-star every single time. Because attacking it the same way is always going to get a 3-star, at least in my experience. Alright, on to the next attack now. Alright, before I go to the next attack, I just want to say I did do one. It was a disconnect. So I just wanted to say I won't be including that attack in this video, but I'm just going to keep pushing on, and we'll have to deal with it now. Alright, this is a pretty standard base, but this is interesting because I've never seen these fire spin replacements on it, but this should be pretty easily countered, so I'm going to just go ahead and send in my RC on this side. Hopefully she goes perfect, yeah. Right, that's exactly the way I wanted her to go. Now I don't need her to move in that way. I might have to make that invisible. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pick her up. Right. Well, Spirit Fox goes down. That's not great. Send that in. Send that in. Perfect. We activate the invisibility. Send in everything. Need some cleanup just to make sure we get through that. And I can send in the rest. Now we should funnel into the base pretty easily. I'm going to probably have to use the Overgrowth as a funneling mechanism. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and activate it right there. Perfect. Now use Warden ability. I think King ability as we enter in that compartment. I'm going to make that invisible and then activate King ability. Perfect. Now Spiky Ball goes all in there. I'm going to go ahead and make all that frozen since it's raged up. But now Queen should push through it pretty easily. Make these troops invisible. Hopefully Queen will start targeting that minion prince. Make her invisible. Perfect. Alright. This base should be a 3-star, I'm hoping. Wasn't really paying attention to what happened to the Root Riders, but does not look like anything good happened. This might actually be a fail. That's gonna suck. Make sure King moves in now. Alright, well, Warden doesn't go down, which is good. Still got all my healers alive, which is very interesting. I don't know how my Root Riders ended up dying, but my healers stayed alive. I'm gonna send in that. Alright, hopefully. Alright, well, Warden's gonna go down now. Really need my healers to start putting in some work, but I think they're about to go down too. Yeah, this does look like it's gonna be probably like a 95% fail. That really sucks. All right, well, my king is just not even going for that building. All right. Yeah, that I don't know what happened in that attack. I thought it was going well, but it just turned out everything started dying. I'll have to check back in the replay, but let's continue on now. All right. So this is basically this same base we just saw, but the more like common one. I'm gonna just go about this the normal way on how I take it down. So yeah, all right. Send that in there. Now I just want to try and basically set a funnel to make sure my troops go in towards that town hall and viz compartment and take it down as quickly as possible. All right, it's going great. Getting trapped for a little, but yeah, all right. Hopefully Spirit Fox. All right, Spirit Fox goes down. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Pick Garcia. That's pretty straightforward. All right, didn't mean to send that in, but I think it should be fine. A little mistake like that. All right, perfect. Yep, all right. Now I think I'm gonna have to use Overgrowth here just to make sure everything goes in. King ability. Not exactly what I wanted. That's not going great. Hopefully everything can start moving very quickly. Just activate RC ability. Invis. Alright, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm gonna have to use a Rage for this back end. Alright, I think RC is about to go down. No, she stays alive. That's great. Alright, great value from her. And then this back end should go down pretty easily. Alright, yeah, that base is crushed. So as you can see, I don't know, I guess the other base I was just up against, I still haven't looked at that replay, but might have been just a bit stronger than the normal layout. But as you can see, the normal layout, I mean, it just goes down very easily. So as long as you just follow this simple, like, format with using the Root Rider army, it should go down very easily. All right, on to the final attack now. All right, I see this is basically the same base. A little different, though, with a hook tower. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go about it the same way. But hopefully I can get that RC moving in towards that hook tower and have it take down the hook tower. Because if I were to do a king dive, I wouldn't get great value. The main thing you want to look for when you do a king dive is see if you can get it like further into the base and towards the core. I think I'm going to have to use an invisibility. Yeah. Alright, not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I think it'll work out. Alright, I'm gonna have to change this up a bit. Yeah, I think it's still gonna end up working out though. But it's just gonna be a little tougher. Alright. Send in a freeze, send in an overgrowth. Funnel's set now. Okay. Oh, that sucks. That invisibility pops again. Oh, but Ice Golem, that defending clan castle kind of saved us a little, slowed down the army. I'm going to go ahead and use a rage spell once we start moving on the back end. Perfect. Activate that. And I think king ability now. Great. Yep, that's perfect. Use some extra on the back end. This is looking like it might be a little tough, but I think I can distract with some of the cleanup troops. But RC should be able to take out the rest of the base. Yeah, alright, that was a little closer than I expected. Just because the way the RC went in through a spirit walk, but still that base is easily crushed. Alright, yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to check out what I did wrong on the other attack, because usually this strategy works out. Alright, well, that is gonna be it for this video. Today I went +1, which, I mean, that's nothing. Really, that disconnect messed me up, but I can't really do anything about that. But at least I didn't go negative today. Hopefully tomorrow I can get a better defense day and a better offense day, and then hopefully get up to 680 maybe if I hold up really good on defense. And remember, I will be sharing this defense in the comments below. So depending on how well it holds today and tomorrow, you guys are definitely going to want to use this one. But that's it, and see ya.